As I said before, this is the terror of the situation. And we are not aware that we are enslaved. And because we're not aware, we can't wake up. So to wake up, we need to realize we are machines. Hi. The subject of are we machines? There seems to be still some difficulty in grappling with this. So straight off the bat, yes, we are machines, so what? And this is the caveat, is the so within the so what. Let me explain this from a different perspective. As above, so below. As inside, so outside. Let me hijack this a little bit. The external reality that we all experience, i.e. what we have created, not the way the universe is per se, but what we have created, is a reflection of who we are. We are responsible for the world that we inhabit. Not deliberately responsible for many of us, for most of us, but our reality has been hijacked. So if I want to know about myself, I need to look at the world around me. And what we see now with modern technology, which is all to do with the mind, as we see, is that we have created these computers. What is a computer? It is a motherboard which is imbued with machine language, zeros and ones, and they are the engine of the computer. By itself, it can do some functions. Okay, it does pretty well, but it does need, if you want to do anything more complicated, you need a different sort of input. And this is what we call programs that people slave over to create, which are still 0 and 1s, but now they've been, through Python and other C++, whatever, they create these programs to make it more complex so that you can use Windows, for example, or Linux, which of itself is interesting. So what we call the programs, this is what I would define as memory. My memories are the programs which I have developed over a lifetime that dictate my behavior in the world. And those memories are composed of reactions, relationships with people. If we go a step back and we look at animals, say a dog, now you can see that the dog's a machine. I mean, Pavlov's dog, ding, 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 starts salivating, right? So it's a machine. And yet, that machine will react to its environment. And if it has a terrible experience, if it gets traumatized, that dog is now suffering in different ways. And you can see that, you say, oh, it needs to be put down, or he's always yapping, or he's always sees someone he doesn't like. Where's that come from? That's not part of the motherboard genetics. That comes from the memory of its experiences. Human beings are exactly the same. We are no different to that respect. Now, there is a bit more than that to the human being and to the animal, to the dog, because we know that dog, if we are animal orientated, we can see that there is an individuality about that dog. There is something, we say there's something special. Not everybody can see it because not everybody focuses on animals, but if you focus on the animals, you will see they have their own flavor, their own essence, their own identity. It is limited by the machine. And human beings are no different, except that our machine is far more complicated, because our machine is like a modern Tesla, where it has all manner of radar and lasers to navigate the world. So it can project, and so it knows where it's going. It's got its onboard computer, it's got the motherboard machine itself, but then it has programs, and it is sophisticated. We are sophisticated. We are the most sophisticated machine on this earth. I've only been talking about the machine so far, but we also have qualities which are missing from the others, which is we've got a psychic capacity. And all the lasers and the radars that project beyond the machine to make sense of the world beyond itself, those are psychic abilities. We all have them to a greater or lesser extent. They're inbuilt into us, but by and large, they're mostly not accessible. They should be, but they're not. So that's the machine. And let's not make any bones about it. We are machines. And there is something else within us. When we are born, before we're born, when we come into the womb, we're just the machine being formed up to 4 months old. When we're 4 months into gestation, the soul blends with, integrates with, becomes one with the machine. The essence comes into us. When we're born, we are beautiful creatures. For about 2 years, all right? For about 2 years, we're beautiful creatures. That is the soul expressing itself through the machine, learning to engage, to be in the world. And then we start to become corrupted in the sense that we start to gain some memories of experiences. And we now start to develop conflicts, i.e., we expect to be loved by our parents, but the love from our parents is transactional. So far, we love our parents completely, devotedly. We're open. And now we start to guard ourselves, to protect ourselves, because the environment is no longer pure and idyllic for us. And so we start to experience that, and we start to become a little bit devious, and people start, I'm not sure that I like you as much as I used to. The parents will still love because they will have that genetic love which is deep inside of them, which is hormonal, and it's like you're now imprinted to your children, and so it doesn't matter how horrible they become, you will love them regardless. Other people won't, because other people, they are coming from their own distorted perception of the world. And so they are using their images, their memories, to navigate the world by, their programs. And so when they look at your child, they now will get triggered at some level because they can't deal with the envy, they can't deal with the jealousy, they cannot deal with the reactive anger that the child is expressing. Whatever it is, they get triggered because they have all these programs in their heads which get in the way of reality. So as we grow up, we see reality less and less clear because the programs which we are imbibing from the environment are now conditioning us. It shouldn't be like that, but it is. And so as we grow up, that initial light in ourselves dulls and it goes into the background. The soul in us should be here, present, but it's not. So this is why now we have all these people who are trying to wake up. They say, we're waking up. What are they waking up to? They're waking up to the programs in their heads which are dictating how to be in the world. And who is putting those programs in their heads? The culture. The two, they're all synonymous. But it's a vicious cycle because the programs from the government, from the culture, from our parents, from the schools, they reduce the light within us. They turn us into the machines that we are. We're more than machines, but the soul within us just crinkles under the pressure. And it's just a little something that almost disappears. Because the programs in our heads are so insistent and they're so designed to dim the light of our consciousness. Because the programs of the world we exist in, they are designed to take away our consciousness, our free will, our ability to be sovereign and express ourselves. That is the way the world is. But it's a chicken and egg situation because the programs have hijacked our creation of the world around us. We want to create a world around us that is beautiful, that is creative, that is reflective of the soul within us. But the light is dimmed and we're not there. All we've got is memories that some of which are, a large number of which are out of our awareness. And so we are in a reactive situation with the world so that we are expressing negative emotions in the world and we are generating negative images. We are at war in ourselves. We are at war with the motherboard. The motherboard within us is got a pristine program that tells us, our genetic DNA, how to be in the world. It's a good program. But the memories that we build up in ourselves, the experiences that we have going through life, they have diminished our ability and they control our expression. They control how we are in the world. And look around you. What do we see? Wars, never-ending wars, always conflict here, conflict there, all the time. Bureaucracy, we are inundated with bureaucracy. It's been exploding You look at governments, you look at all the people in the governments, they create laws every day, in, out, every day, more and more laws. We are drowning. Our consciousness is being squashed. But that's what we do to ourselves, individually. Our emotions have been hijacked to create this pseudo-reality, and we cannot see it for what it is. And we are enslaved with it. We are enslaved within it. As I said before, this is the terror of the situation. And we are not aware that we are enslaved. And because we're not aware, we can't wake up. So to wake up, we need to realize we are machines. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with being a machine. But we need the light of consciousness. We need the light of the soul that was within us when we were born, which the world around us has dimmed it, which the Archons have usurped, so that we go through life in a state of fear. And if you look at the state, wherever you are in the world, they all rule by fear. Fear, laws, rules. You know, we're afraid to step out of our door these days, metaphorically speaking. We create this in ourselves. So what is the answer? One, we do need to wake up, but how do we wake up? We need to recognize we are machines, that we are programmed, that all our belief systems, they are programs. They're telling us how to be in the world. You know, I've spoken about this before. The political system, religious system, even science, climate change, fear for your life. I despair sometimes, guys. I really do. The answer lies in our hearts. To wake up, we need to see that our programs are controlling us. We need to recognize that we are reactive in the world. We react to people all the time. And that is coming from programs which we are unaware of. These are memories which damaged us when we were young, and they control our behavior. We don't stand a chance. Without self-awareness, we don't stand a chance. And self-awareness does not come by itself. We have to work at it. Because we've been so controlled, we need help. So I'll put a little slug. I am putting together a course right now. It's going to take me a few months, but it will come out. And my aim is to help you guys to wake up to yourselves. We need to be in our hearts. We need consciousness to manifest within us, and it will do so through our hearts. Because the reality around us at the moment is one generated through emotions, which are controlled by the Archons and by their slaves. They are controlling humanity right now. The situation is dire. The time has come to wake up. And we wake up in our hearts. We have to open our hearts to feelings. We need to learn to understand what feeling is. We need to feel. We need to feel. The joy of life comes when we can feel, when we open up to feelings. With feelings, we can alter the world. Feelings are not limited to, at the moment, emotions, they're acting like a game of billiards. You sort of hit one ball, hits the other, tick, 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 tick. They keep hitting each other. And it has to be one to the next to the next. So it goes from our neighbors and it goes outwards. Feelings are a bit different. Feelings are not mechanical in that way, like emotions are. Feelings are like radar. I can't quite think of a better simile for it right now, but it's like radar. Doing. It extends beyond into the distance, and it affects, I'm going to say it affects machines beyond us. And then you get a ping back. But the difference is that it will affect them and it will help others to, oh, yes, I'm here, I'm awake, there's more to me. Feelings stretch beyond the limits of our bodies. We can go way, way beyond. We can affect the world with our feelings. And that's what we need. Aren't you fed up with all the wars? Time to wake up. We are more than machines. We are consciousness. We are souls inhabiting these bodies. Right. Thank you for listening. And thank you for liking what I put out. Bye for now.